Welcome. Happy Thursday, everyone. I do apologize. It's March the 16th, and I am so sorry. I apologize. I want to be the first to apologize that I was running behind today. Who do we have out there? Let me tell you something. I had such a busy week and a busy day. It is spring break. Here in Houston, Texas, and my nephews are on spring break. One of my nephews, who's 7 months, the daycare, the daycare that he goes to, she has a stomach virus. So there must be some type of stomach virus going around. So I have been keeping a 6-year-old and a 7-month-old for the last 3 days. And you know what? I just want to tip my head and hands. Let me give a clap, okay, to all of you mothers out there. It is a serious job, and I do not know how you guys do it. I just want to say, look, y'all should be getting a check in the mail every month, okay? Hey, Janella, every month for being a parent, because it is difficult. So my day has been absolutely crazy, but I am absolutely excited for this moment. And I want to not waste any more of you guys' time. I don't know why my little pictures in the back look a little crooked there. Anyway, maybe because the way I have my, yes, and make sure my hair don't look crooked, right? I got to look cute for y'all, right? Since I'm late, I got my coffee. It says be bold. We're going to be bold this evening on falling in love with myself again. We're going to have some coffee and conversations. I have a little sex tea in my coffee. And I have the pleasure this evening, and it is a pleasure for me because, and I'm just going to be honest and transparent. This is the third week that we've been doing coffee and conversations with Chante Lloyd. And I have had some phenomenal people willing to come forth and be bold and share their story, right? Share some very personal and intimate things that have gone on in their life that has made them either fall out of love with themselves or they've never been in love with themselves. How many of you out there got a chance to see Tanya Rockamore last Thursday? Oh my God. Look, my allergies, this is another thing. The allergy, the pollen in Houston, Texas is very high. And I was really sick Saturday and Sunday, and Monday I've gotten better. It's draining. I look gorgeous. Thank you. See, I got myself all made up. Let me tell y'all something. I haven't been out of the house in 7 days, and I'm just being honest. I have not been in a car and out of the house for 7 days. I had I got sick, like I said, on Saturday. So I was in the house Saturday, Sunday, and Monday trying to fight these allergies, right? And then I just been let me tell you something crazy. God is powerful. God is wonderful. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome God is. And I'm not even going to begin to get on this call and do any complaining because right now I'm sharing a car with my husband. Let me just tell you that. Out of the 5 cars we have, 4 cars have been towed within the last 2 weeks. I swear to God, honestly. But I'm not going to complain because I'm blessed. You know, a lot of people don't even have one car to share. And so with me taking care of my nephews this week. It allowed me the opportunity to be at home too and not get out. The weather's been really crazy here and back and forth. Can everybody hear me? Okay, cool. Okay, I just want to make sure. And so it's just been crazy over here at the Lord house, but it has been a blessing and I'm blessed to be here. But let me come back to my guest and why um, I'm blessed and why when Tanya Rockamore sent over the email to let me know who I was going to be interviewing this evening, I had the pleasure of, I think, meeting this young lady before with Rock in the past. And so when I read her story, I was lost for words because when you think about what people have gone through, and you think about the things that you complain about, right, on a daily basis. But when you hear what other people are going through, it makes you put yourself in check. Now, let me say this. It's not to say that what you may be going through is not um, bad. I'm not comparing it. I don't know your story, and I'm not saying what you're going through is not important. But if you take the time out, right, to listen to someone else's story and find out what they're going through, then you realize your story and what you're going through is minor, and you are here and you are blessed, and it is a blessing. Let me tell you something. I even called Rock and I told Rock, I said, excuse me, Tanya. I told Tanya, I said, I don't even know if I'm qualified to speak to this young lady. I'm not degreed. I don't have a psychology degree. I don't have a um, uh, counseling degree. All I can do is allow her the opportunity to share her story and just be glad and appreciate that she has volunteered to get on this platform and share her journey, right? And I didn't really know what I was going to say or what questions I was going to ask because I'm a firm believer of we can always say what we would and wouldn't do, but until you walk into a person's footsteps, you never know what you would and wouldn't do, right? You can say those things all day long, but until you walk that person's walk or walk that person's journey, you never know what you would and would not do. And you never know what dark place that you may or may not be in. So that's why it's best not to judge anybody, but let's love on one another and let's support one another. And that's what I'm going to do this evening. I'm going to support this beautiful woman here because when I read some of the things that she has gone through, I was like, wow, wow. And I just prayed and thanked God and just said to myself, God, please put it on people's heart to start loving one another, to not judge anybody, to not be superficial. When you say you care for someone, don't say you care for them just because you're making money off of them, or just because you're in business with them, or just because they're offering a service to you. If you care for someone, you're supposed to care for them whether they're with you in your business or not in your business. Whether you're giving them or uh, they're celebrating your success or not. If you love somebody, you're supposed to love them unconditionally. You're supposed to want best for them, even if things fell out between you guys, right? And so I want to move to the side and I want to welcome my guest this evening, Miss Keshia Webb. Keshia Webb, and look, Keshia lives in Houston, Texas now. So I'm gonna say Keshia Webb from Houston, Texas. Keshia, how you doing, beautiful sister?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for wanting to be honest and wanting to be transparent and wanting to share your story this evening. Because let me tell you something, girl, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I cried when I saw that email.
Aw.
I cried because it hurt me. And I even told Tanya, I said, or I told Tanya, or either I even talked to another young lady, Krishan. I told her, I said, this reminds me of what's that movie with is it a kill something about the bees? Um
Is
oh
it the one with Queen Latifah in it?
yes, the one with Queen Latifah, and she had the sister.
Remember. Yeah,
But
I
you
remember.
remember she
I
had
don't
the
remember.
sister? You remember she had the sister who basically committed suicide and drowned herself because she was filled with so much. She would pull in everybody's sorrow and different things that
Um,
was going on with everybody else, that she would, feel that in her heart. And that's how I felt when I read your story. I felt like it happened to me. And what I'm feeling like lately is when I watch the news and I hear these different stories, I feel like, oh my God, I feel like, how can people be so mean? How can people be so cruel? How can people be so ugly? How do we do that to one another? When I interviewed Tanya last week, and she told me, and she expressed and shared with everybody what people did to her, how could someone be so mean? How could someone be so ugly? And so I am going to allow you the opportunity to share your story, however much you want to share. I'm not going to share anything that I read on this paper. I want you to share what you want people to know. But what I want to know is, and what I did read is, you've never been in love with yourself, or you don't think you've ever been in love with yourself. Is that true?
that's the conclusion that I came up with because with learning who I am and trying to come out of the situation I was in, I had to first forgive myself.
Right,
So
right,
within that, I had to understand where I came from.
right. And
So
that, you know what? That's so important.
it did.
Understanding where you come from. And what I mean by understanding where you come from, meaning your parents
Mm,
and their parents, their lineage. You
mm,
know what I mean? Because that's learned behavior. And sometimes there's stuff that's passed on. And that's why you have to learn where you came from. I'd say the exact same thing. And separate the two. Realize that maybe that's where I came from, and that's what they were taught, and that's what they taught me. But now it's time for me to change that. So go ahead. I
And,
didn't mean to cut you off.
and
And I
that's
want you to go ahead and tell them the beginning of your story. Tell them what you used to do for a living,
okay.
how you got to Houston, and just tell them about you and what made you feel like at the time that you didn't love yourself.
Well, at the time, I didn't know. I didn't know that I didn't love myself. I thought it was normal. I thought it was life. It's regular.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm a phenomenal person. You know,
Yes, I could tell you are.
woman. Everything I touch turns to gold. I'm amazing.
Okay,
I love everything
okay.
that I do. Um, I never intended on being a hairstylist, though. Let me tell y'all that. That was not what I wanted to do. But I got pregnant at the age of 19, and because it was my hobby, it became
Mm, mm.
so. And I used to be a braider, so my mom said, "I done broke 6 vacuums. You gonna go to school."
Okay, sweeping up all that hair off the floor.
And I did. And when I say if it's something is meant for you in your path, there's no one who can
Mm-hmm.
take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I went to school, the teacher quit.
Mm.
I end up going to school for free.
Okay.
I went to take my test, and the man said, "You work in the shop already?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Pack up your stuff," and I picked up my license.
Are you kidding me?
I hated the salon I was working in. There was a lady on the bus with me. She sent her sister to pick me up. Her sister is the first cousin or the auntie of Marcus Houston.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I ended up working in a salon of celebrities.
Okay.
So I left there, went to another salon. First cousin of Dr. Dre. Left there, went to another salon. Ended up in all hair magazines across the world. Any black hair
Wow.
magazine, I was in it. Left
Wow.
there, went to a producer's salon. Didn't know. I ended up
Wow.
with DJ Quick and everybody behind Black Tongue.
Wow.
I left there and went to Studio City. Ended up working in the Outcast. The Outcast had their own salon. I ended up working.
Right.
I didn't
Wow.
know that. I just ended up there. Left there, went to another salon, ended up under the casting company of anybody black in the industry.
Mm,
I worked with Shaka Khan, Tasha Smith, Sheila E.
mm.
Bill, big names.
Yes.
I ended up working with a lot of great people. So that made me a celebrity, but I didn't like it.
Really?
It's hard. The industry is really hard.
I can see that. I can see that.
It's already a battle within yourself. And then
Yeah.
people say, oh, you're not going to make it because of your size.
Right.
And just really tear you down.
Mm-hmm.
So I left LA. They can have it. They don't care for
Right.
your kids. I needed to be able to work and take care of my child. So I left and came to Houston
So how long have you been in Houston?
since '04.
Really?
Yeah, but don't get
Okay, I
excited.
can't wait to meet you
The
in
first
person.
6 years, I still worked in Los Angeles and lived
And
here.
you were commuting back and forth.
Yeah, because I could work
Okay.
there for 2 weeks and live here for 4 months.
And then right, okay, and look, for cheaper and better, right? The
Yes,
cost of living in California is
it's
crazy.
crazy. Yes, the industry is really hard, and people think, "Oh, you see
Yeah.
a bunch of black people on TV, it's great." No, the hole is still this small.
Yes, it
And
is.
me
Still
being
to in 2013 and 2023 is still that small.
It's still hard. And you guys are starting to see the dust from it and you don't
Right,
understand it. So that's why you
right,
have so much anger that now that you see, because they've
right.
been so busy trying to fight for a position that it can you imagine having a movie pop up and you get an
Mm.
audition and you show up and there's 3,000 people there, but it's only for one role.
Oh wow. No, I can't imagine.
That's why you have a lot of suicides and things of that nature.
Yeah.
It self-worth is really big and we lose that. So
Yes,
that's
we
why I
do.
say I don't believe I ever really loved myself because if
Yeah.
I did, I wouldn't allow the other people to treat me the way that they did.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Whereas now I'm beginning to love myself, and there's these things called boundaries. I'm not
Right.
going to allow you to mistreat me anymore. I'm not going
Right.
to give you the power to destroy my day.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's all a learning process. But like I said before, you have to go back to your roots.
Mm-hmm.
Understand
Mm-hmm.
why you're here. See, my
Mm-hmm.
mother was a foster kid, but
You were a foster kid or your mom?
my mom was.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my mother's parents passed by the time she was 7. Her mom passed at the age of
Wow.
3 and her dad at the age of 7. And nobody in the family wanted them. So they ended up in
Wow.
foster homes. So how can I expect my mother to love me as her child when nobody loved her?
Wow.
So yeah, I'm a product of a rape.
Wow.
So she didn't want me. So I'm
Are
abandoned.
you oh, are you kidding me?
I mean, she was still around, she was only 15, but she was still around, but the lady that lived down the street is the one that took me in.
And your father basically raped her.
Yes, and I don't know who that is.
Oh my gosh. Mm.
So I didn't learn this until I got older, but it was a constant fight through my life.
Right.
My mother was trying to survive
Mm-hmm.
and drag me along through her survival.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the other lady took care of me summer times or holidays or something, she would get me.
Mm-hmm.
But in that process, my sibling's father molested me.
Oh
So
my goodness.
everywhere I went, somebody wanted to touch me. So
Oh
I'm
my
like, well,
goodness.
what good am I? What is love? What is that like? By the age of 13, I wanted to end it all.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. So wait a minute.
You
Wait
see?
1 second. So wait a minute. Girl, I didn't even okay, so when I read this, you giving more detailed and deeper information, and you got to give me a moment because you mean to tell me that your mother and father? No, 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 just your mother and her brother or sister. You said brother.
My
The
mother,
pe-
had,
Parents died.
yeah, my mother has 3 siblings.
And were they all adopted by the same person? No. So they were separated. Oh
So there
my
was 2
God.
boys and 2 girls. The two
And your
boys,
mother had you at 15,
mhm,
and your father molested her, and
mhm,
she gave you away to a lady down the street who raised you.
uh-huh.
And you were molested by the lady down the street, husband, or your mother's.
My mother's boyfriend, they had a baby together. So it's my sister's father.
Oh my God. And do you have a relationship with your sister?
No, she don't like me.
Okay. Girl, this is a movie. I mean, this is stuff that I'm serious. And I don't mean that is a lot in itself. And for you
She
to
don't
be
like
sitting
me.
here, that's okay, baby. She ain't gotta like you. Guess what? Because God like you and God love you and I like you. So we don't even have to worry about what she like. It ain't even about her. I'm just
No,
thinking about
it's just
what you just said.
yeah. It's just a better understanding. You have to look at yourself. Why does it make you feel that everybody is against you
Right.
and nobody, cares for you or love you? It's self-taught. So my mother taught those around me because she didn't like me.
Right.
She didn't want to like me. How do you
Right. Because of how you were conceived.
absolutely? So
Yeah.
how do you
It was trauma for her.
yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. I learned that later. My mother began to love me. My mother's no longer here. She had breast cancer. But
Okay.
maybe 3 years or so before she passed,
Okay.
she became my best friend.
Praise God, though. Let me say this. Mm, mm, mm. Let me say this. Where's my phone? Um, Praise God that you were able to mend that relationship with her
I fought for
before she passed away. But that's a blessing in you, because I say this all the time to my family, and forgive me, I need my husband to bring me some tissue. Bring me some
it.
tissue, please. Please.
I
Okay,
told I'm the chosen one, whoever that.
baby, let me tell you something. But the blessing in the story, and I haven't even heard the rest, but your attitude towards it, your smile, your willingness to forgive her, and your willingness to find out where you came from and why she felt the way she felt, and realize that I forgive you. It's not about me, it's about who hurt you. And I understand that, because probably too now, because you have been molested after you were molested. So now you can kind of feel how I'm not saying that can make you be relatable to
Mhm.
how she's feeling, to help you get to where you are right now today. And do you know how many people never get to where you are right now today?
I
I
fought for
mean, oh, but it's a blessing that you did, because I'm sure it was like a big lift off your shoulders.
it wasn't lifted until she passed. I didn't see it. I didn't know. I knew because we were at the memorial service and everybody that came up to me was like, "Oh my God, if we've seen one picture of you, we've seen them all. Your mom talked about you so much." I said, "You sure she was talking about me?
Like you one of them
You
situations.
sure she wasn't talking about that one?"
I'm at the right funeral. Are
Yeah.
you the right
I said,
person?
because that was her favorite kid. I wasn't. She was the sugar and I was the you know what. No, that you wrong, girl. Y'all got the wrong one. And then, having to go through her stuff. I was her screensaver on her phone. Just I know that she was proud of me.
She just didn't know how to love
She just didn't know how to tell me, you know.
you.
And then you have to forgive the whole situation because it's like maybe she just wasn't strong enough. My mother always thought she was an ugly duckling.
Right. Well,
Honey,
we only teach what we know. We
right.
teach what we know,
There ain't nothing
unfortunately.
ugly about you, honey, because I'm fine.
Right. Right.
So let me tell y'all this. I was really nervous to come on and really address loving me. I done went through 3 wigs.
That's
I ain't
okay,
even
because I got on one. I threw this one
got
on.
my eyelashes. Y'all get it full and bare. You hear me? I am here to bear it all because I didn't know if I was gonna cry,
Okay, well,
holler, or
I'm
what.
doing it for you. So,
But it's I had to realize a lot of people go through things.
yes, they do.
And one thing I do know, I'm gonna tell everybody, when you're in love, if you've ever been in love, do you worry about anything?
No,
It seems like everything happens right.
right.
Bills are paid, the sun shines. There
Mm-hmm.
could be no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If we could live life in that moment at that time, things would be so much,
Mm-hmm.
but things happen. And it's
Mm-hmm.
how we address it and hold on to it. So
Mm-hmm.
our lives that we hold on to and we don't forgive and we don't love
Oh
causes
my
sickness.
God. Oh my God, girl, you's preaching today. Let me tell you something. You preaching today. I think you talking to me. Well, not necessarily to me, but I say this all the time in my family. I have a huge family, and I say this all the time. It's like when you carry that baggage, like I don't remember because it's baggage. When people say, "Well, you remember you did this?" No, I don't, because I don't hold on to those things. Because in order for me to love, to forgive, and to love the way God would want me to, and to not always think somebody is against me, I have to let that stuff go. And I have to realize it's nothing I did. It's how they feel about me. I didn't do anything to you. Now, if I did something to you, then guess what? Let me apologize. You know, but you girl, let me tell you something. Go on, finish talking because you blessing me right now, okay? Because I got some things going on in my family, and I'm just excited to know that you can thrive and shine and just be beautiful and bold and forgive and move forward like you are with everything that's happened. And we all sit around and complain about things
You
all
have a
the
choice.
time.
Mm. You have the choice whether you want to pick up that bag or not.
Mm,
I don't want to pick. I'm okay. So I'm gonna say this. I was a celebrity hairstylist. The reason why I'm no longer a celebrity hairstylist is because I started limping.
mm-hmm.
I was all excited. I was the exercise guru. I had lost 100 and something pounds, honey. I thought I was fine. Well, I was. Anyway,
Well,
so
you still are fine, girl.
I
Okay.
hit a plateau. I'm
You
a,
better say you fine wherever you are. And if you don't think you are, then you better do something about it.
no
Cause
man,
you fine, girl.
fine. Um, I hit a plateau, so I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
start, maybe exercising more so I can continue to lose weight. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
started running, and when I took off one day, I heard something pop.
Oh wow.
Didn't realize it was my hip. They thought it was a muscle or something. They put me on steroids. I gained everything back.
Oh wow, yeah,
I
because
went
of
into de-
steroids.
I went
Oh
into
yeah.
depression. I lost my salon.
Mm.
I began to drink,
Ah,
locked myself in the room. I was giving up. And I was fighting, but I lost everything. I lost
right.
my relationship, my business, my relationship, and even my family. I couldn't take care of nobody no more. See, it was all right as long as I was buying cars, paying,
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. Oh yeah.
but when
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it anymore, they left me.
Wow.
And then Harvey happened, and I ended up homeless, sleeping out of my car.
Okay, so you were here for Harvey. Yes, you were. That was in 2007.
17, yes.
17. Yeah, because I'm thinking
17,
about, girl, we didn't have so many.
yeah,
Okay.
right.
We
Come to Harvey. Harvey
17.
2007.
17?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep. November. Well, it was August. Yeah. August 2017.
So that's 5 years ago.
7, right?
2017, 3.
3 and
This
3,
is
6,
this
something like
20.
that.
Yeah, yes,
Something like
yes. Mm-hmm.
that. No one can get to me or from me, so I couldn't work or nothing. and I lost my apartment. They put eviction papers on me. I ended up sleeping in my car, and I couldn't get a bottle of water. Whew, I laughed to keep from crying, but and it's been a fight ever since because it's only me. I didn't have family. I don't have family or nothing to take me in and do all of that. And I go from a major hairstylist to how I'm gonna figure it out.
How
I'm.
did you? What brought you to Houston though? Did you know someone here?
I didn't know it so. I wanted
You
to get.
just say I'm coming to Houston, Texas.
I
I
just got
heard it was.
on my way to Atlanta, really. And after you go through Texas, honey, I got off on Highway 6 and said I
You was
quit.
like, this is too big. It's taking too long. I done already drove from California from one side of Texas to the other.
Yeah, I
Now I
quit.
gotta go.
Yeah, I
Mm-mm.
quit. I hit Highway 6 and moved to Sugarland.
Oh wow! So where do
Mm,
you live now? Are you still in Sugarland?
no, I'm displaced. That's we gonna say that. I'm in Houston.
Okay, well we're gonna talk
But
after
God's
this.
still working on me.
That's
I ain't gonna
okay.
get
We're gonna.
emotional about that right
That's
now.
okay. That's okay. So go ahead and finish telling me, cause now you.
Through it all, though, I mean, yeah, I'm the glitz and glam, and people on social media think I'm still super duper because a lot of people don't know I walk with a cane. My bone is grinding on my bone, and I just don't know what tomorrow looks like. But you got to wake up and be strong,
Oh
and
my goodness.
you can't let your pain win
No, you cannot.
because this too shall pass. I done
Yes,
been
it
through a lot
will.
in my life.
Yes, you have. Your story is
Okay,
amazing.
yeah, I'll surpass. It's not over. It's
No.
nowhere near. I got a whole grandbaby and don't have a relationship with
Are you kidding me?
her.
Is the grandbaby here in Houston?
20
Are your
minutes.
ch- are your children here?
My daughter's here. She's 20 minutes from me, but she doesn't have a relationship with me. We do. We do. We talk over the phone, FaceTime, but she she chose her marriage and their family over me. She called me the day before they got married and told me she was choosing their family over me. I never knew it was an equation. So then that makes you feel like you have no worth,
Right.
So that's why I made the comment of did I ever really love myself? Because if I did, I wouldn't allow so many people to hurt me.
Right.
So when do you
Right.
start? When do you start to love yourself, and how do you begin? I mean, I know now because I'm working on it, but because
Hmm.
it's been so long, it's just like how do you fight that? Like, do you give up? Honestly, 2021, January of 2021, I gave up. I laid on the couch and I didn't move. I didn't move. I asked God to take me, but He kept waking me up.
I said, not right now, not today. Mm.
How do you build a legacy for your child and create an amazing life? Keep your sister out of jail and take her
Mm.
child when
Mm.
she tried to kill her,
Mm.
and then turn around and sue me for your baby back. And then have your daughter tell you you not worth anything and she didn't want anything that you have for her. What are you living for? What's left? Everything you worked so hard for just
Right.
slapped you in the face. So I quit. I quit. I didn't want to fight anymore. But I am no longer my January.
Okay. I don't see it no longer your January on your face, baby, because the minute you popped on here with your bald head and your huge smile, I was like, okay, let me tell you something. And I've said this. I don't know if you was watching last week. I wish Kenny would let me wear my hair like yours because I sure would. Because I have, well, my mother told me there are different. It's not called alopecia with what I have. It was some big old long word, but I guess it's probably some form of
Arietta,
alopecia.
Red or something like that. It's
It's a real big long word.
that.
Whereas I have hair around here, but I
Yeah,
don't have any hair. It's like men that
yeah.
and it goes forward. And I was getting those injections in my head, and it
That's
hurt.
you end up with bone loss. I don't like.
And it hurt.
I
And
mean,
that's what I said. Don't even worry about it. No big deal. I just throw some wigs on. And then it's discolored. It's lighter
yes.
here. So I wish I could just shave it all off and just be bald. I wish it was all one color. And even if it was, I couldn't because my husband wanted to see some hair on my head. Whether it be short or not, he don't care. It doesn't matter to him long or whatever, but he want to see some hair. So I'm like, okay. But honey, I would love to wear, because let me tell you something. You look beautiful just like that. And look, if I wasn't the host of this call, I wouldn't have worn no makeup either. Okay. Because I knew this was gonna happen to me. That's why I didn't put no eyeliner on. I did put some mascara on and I put some little concealer under my eyes because I've been working hard slaving for the last 3 days with these babies. They've been working me over. But so what, you woke up and you said, because you was just laid there on the couch and God said, no, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it's.
You
I got up and got frustrated because I said, okay, look, you keep waking me up. That must mean I'm still here and I got something to do. So
I
what?
got some plan for you.
So I needed to figure out what doctor I would. Let me tell you how good God is, and let me tell you. So I get up.
I already know.
Okay, I went to go visit my friend who owns a daiquiri shop, and I sat there with her, and she was like, "Hey, I need one of your candles," and I said, "Okay, I got a client. I'm gonna go curl her hair, and then I'll bring you your candle back." That I need to get insurance. Maybe I can get the gold card or something. She said, "Oh, you can use my address." I said, "All right, well, I'll be back."
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I got there to curl my client's hair, I told her, I'm still up, I'm still moving. I need to go to the doctor. She said, "Okay, pull this up online, sign here, do this, and then give it to me." I said, "What that's going to do for me?" She said, "I work there. I got insurance or able to go to the doctor."
Right.
Um, so I said, "Okay." So it's just like everything I needed started to fall for me. And I just started working to better myself. I ended up getting a therapist
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because
And I commend you.
I
I
can't
commend
do
you
it
for
by
that.
myself.
Yeah, I commend you because let me tell you something. That's what's missing in our community.
Oh, I got cussed
I
out. What do you need that for? You could do it yourself. If I could do it
no,
myself, I would not be here.
no. It's not about doing it yourself.
Yeah.
It's about having someone to talk to
Mhm.
that do not know you
Mhm.
and can give you some educated, how about that? Some educated information, just to have somebody to share that went to school that can help you write something down in your journal, give you some work to do, just to figure it out, or just to have somebody to talk to. It is important because a lot of times when you talk to your family members, because they know your story or because they feel a certain way about you, even your friends, it's not the same. And
Absolutely.
so that's just that's a stigma in our community,
Mhm.
in the Black and brown community, that we need to get over, because we do need to go talk to counseling. And
Absolutely.
it's so much better when no one forces you to do it, but you decide that I need it for myself. I need somebody to talk to,
Now
and
that
I
is loving
commend you.
you again. Yes,
If that's loving you,
that's
that's
loving
loving
you.
you, because you want to understand and you want better for yourself. And guess what? It's okay for the rest of your life to talk to somebody. If you can able to go, if you're able to afford it, every day, once a week, just a therapist, just to talk to, just to bounce things off of,
Yeah,
because there's so much going on in life, personal. You have death in the family. You have, and those things. Sometimes you don't understand those little things,
yeah,
and you just,
absolutely.
and you need to find out. Okay, is it okay for me to feel this way? And
Mhm.
am I being selfish? Because sometimes people always want to blame it on you, and then you start thinking it is you. And
Yeah,
then when you talk to the therapist, and the therapist say, "Hey, you know what? That's okay. It's okay, and tell you why it's okay to
Mhm.
help you to understand which is better for you. I commend you. Let me, Keisha, let me tell you something. That is the best thing ever. So keep going because I'm just all over. Okay, you just got me all over. Okay, so you start, you went to go to your client that you didn't even know she worked at the office where she can approve your gold card to be able to go to the doctor.
Absolutely.
And what happened after that when you went to the
Just
doctor?
started going to the doctor and taking care of myself, health,
Mm-hmm.
and with the therapy and going to the doctor, I started to love myself more. So understand this: when you give up on yourself and you stop
Mm-hmm.
doing things, the world don't stop.
No,
The
no.
bills still keep coming. The
Yes.
time keeps still moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so understand in the process of me losing my house, my relationship, all those things I pushed to the side and fell apart. Well, now that I'm up and I'm moving around and I want my life back, I got to go clean up that spilt milk.
Yeah.
And it's a
Yeah.
struggle. It just doesn't pop back like that. So you still have
Yeah.
to remain strong. And what does strong look like? So for me, I
Right.
say, yeah, smile behind this
Mm-hmm.
behind this smile. You don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, half the people don't know I live in chronic pain.
Mm.
That's okay. I'm gonna give me a new hip.
I know that's right.
Somebody gonna give me one. Okay, we ain't worried about that. Um, I don't let my pain rule me anymore.
Okay, so let me ask you a question because now I'm getting ready to get kind of like, just to get a little bit understanding here.
Okay,
So the service, the government or state service does not pay for you to get a new hip.
they slow. They do, but they slow,
Okay.
and they do what they want to do.
Mhm. When they want to do it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
for who they want to do it for.
Oh, you better say that. So, by the gift of God, I get somebody else that say, you know what, I need that no more. Let me call this number, talk to this lady. So I did. So now
Right.
I have health insurance that starts April 1st.
Okay.
Don't have a monthly premium.
Okay.
I don't pay a copay. And insurance, I mean, in for surgery, my deductible is like 1,200.
Okay. Okay, that's still not bad.
No,
For
I'm
how
great.
much the surgery? Oh yes, because I'm sure the surgery. Do you even know? I mean, how much does that surgery even cost? Do you know?
I
Probably thousands of thousands.
1,200.
Right.
That's all it
Right.
costs.
Right. Okay. Okay. Which
Twelve
is
hundred. That's all it costs. So
that's what I'm talking about.
God always puts an angel in your life. You got to keep your eyes open and just be open.
Yes, you do because you know what? God had your story. This ain't it for you. This
No,
is just the journey and more to
let
add
me,
to your
let me say
story
this.
to be able to share.
Let me say this. I've been a millionaire. I know what it's like to go places and not have to look at a tag.
I know
Or I
that's
can
right.
wake up and say I want to go here, there, and not take a luggage. I know
Mm-hmm.
what that feels like. I bought my first two houses before I was 30. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. So I've
Mm-hmm.
been high and I've been low. And where
But let
God gonna take me bigger places,
yes,
you
and
know.
when I say but when I was talking about bigger places, I wasn't talking about being rich
No,
because
no,
rich is yeah,
wealth,
because rich is
wealth is not always materialistic.
no, it's not. That's
I'm
right,
talking about
sister.
the feeling and the places that I've been,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
the houses and the cars. No,
Right, right. I got you. I got you.
saying that. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about where you're happiest at, the
Yes.
wealthiness of it. If you want,
Yes.
how you want to dress, how do you want
Yes.
to live life? What does that feel like? Are you happier standing in snow than
Mm-hmm.
beach? Like whatever
Mm-hmm.
that looks like for you, that's wealth to me. You
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Having good health as
it's
well.
wealth, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm sure you're experiencing right now what a lot of people don't take for granted and don't realize is having a good hip, taking advantage
You don't
of the
realize what you take advantage of until you can't
right,
take advantage. Like,
right until you don't
I'm
have it.
sitting here, but Imma think about how Imma get up and make it to the bathroom and if Imma make it. That's
Mm-hmm.
really being truth and transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know how I feel. Now, if you older, I'm gonna just tell y'all this. You used to be able to get up and run and go do what you want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wake up in the morning, you got to sit on the side of the bed for a few minutes to let that blood circulate before you get up and move around, right? Okay, so that's the difference. We were young. You can go to work all day, get dressed, go to the club, then go to breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
trying to go back to work again. Well, it ain't nowhere in life I'm gonna be able to do that right now. I need some sleep. Matter of fact, I might not even make it to the club. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest.
You say
So
you just gonna be honest.
yes, so it. We take advantage
Mm-hmm.
of simple things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, maybe I'm in this position to learn something. And what is
Mm-hmm.
that lesson? And I believe that lesson is take care of me first.
And love me first.
Love me first.
And take care of me first. But you know why? Because it's been too long already.
But you'll never disappoint you.
You froze on me, Keisha. Say
You
that
don't,
again.
I said, you will never disappoint you.
Oh, never.
If you
And
love
guess what? God won't either.
And God won't either.
Mm,
Absolutely. But
mm.
buying into everybody else, making sure that everybody else is okay and doing well, they disappoint you. We
Oh yeah,
become
because they gone on about their business. Like
yes,
where are they right now in your time of need? All these people that was around you when you was Keisha Webb,
yes,
this celebrity
yes.
hairstylist, and hey girl, I
Mhm.
love you, and you this and that and that and this, and in a minute the bottom falls out for you. Where they at? Where
Right,
they
right,
at?
right.
All
They're
that stuff that
nowhere to
they
be
told
found.
you. Right.
But wait, just wait. Just wait. God prepares a table for thy enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean
Mm-hmm.
no harm to nobody, but I know he has
Right.
something special for me. And whatever
Yeah.
it is, I'm open for it. I'm here
Well,
for
I'm so glad that you are open for it.
Yeah, I'm
And
here
I'm so glad that you're here for it. And I can see it in your whole face, your smile, and everything. And let me tell you something. What I see right now, you don't look like what you've been through, and you don't look like what you're going through.
Girl, I don't
And
look like what I'm going through.
and that is a blessing in itself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what? You have blessed us to come to this call, to this live tonight, and tell everybody your true story of what you have gone through in your life. It takes a strong person to be honest and speak that out of their mouth
Yeah.
and tell people, not just one person, not just a couple of people, but this is going to stay on this page. People will have the opportunity who are not on here now to come back later and look at this. So you're talking about thousands of people could end up seeing this story, and you was like, you know what, I'm going to be transparent, I'm going to be open, but you just don't know that. And I'm sure you do know
Mm.
that this story you telling now is going to help so many. If it helped one person, we've done our
Did
job.
my job.
It's one person. It
Mhm.
sure helped me, because I'm gonna tell you something. When I read the part that you did put on Falling in Love with Myself Again website,
Yeah.
you didn't go in depth of what you said. You just said a few things. Let me tell you something. Um, I and you have really blessed us with this story. And I just want to say thank you for just sharing it.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you because this is just the beginning for you.
I believe it's the
Said
root.
today, oh yeah, I just said today, I know people didn't had 25 lives. They done done so many things,
Mm.
and they still live and still walk. I said, you know what? That means God has something planned for you, and He waiting on you to step up to the plan that He got for you. And looks like you doing that. And guess what? He's dropping things in your place, because to say you're gonna have April 1st, you're gonna have some insurance. Well, then watch when that happen. And guess what? I already know and believe that you're gonna get that surgery. that hip surgery. And
Mhm.
I'm not talking about next year and 6 months from now. I'm talking about right after your insurance goes into effect April 1st. I'm believing in that for you, right?
Yeah.
Because, hey, they say when three or more,
Yeah, agree. Agree. Yes, ma'am.
we're going to come together.
All right, don't get me excited in here.
And look, we're going to start doing some hallelujahs up in there, huh? I'm very serious, Keshia.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm just so glad. So I'm glad to know you're still doing hair because I'm going to be giving you a call. I'm glad to know that you're here in Houston and
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
going to
in
make
the
sure.
university area.
Okay, in the West University area. So you're in the inner city.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. I'm from Third Ward area.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
I'm from the
I'm wait, let me tell you something.
the one
I'm
museum district.
Bel Air and I'm in
Oh, okay, you're in Bel Air.
Beach Bel Air and Buffalo Speedway.
Okay, yeah. I went to Bel Air High School.
Okay.
So,
Right around. Yeah.
So I know exactly where you are. I know exactly the area that you're in, which is not far from where I am anyway. So that's a good thing. I'm just glad you ain't way on the north side. Nothing is wrong with the north side, and don't get me wrong, but I'm glad that you ain't all the way over there. You're closer to me, which is gonna be able to help me help you. But even if you were on the north side, I would. But I'm just so glad you're not.
Thank you.
And I just want to thank you, and I appreciate you sharing your story. I appreciate you being a part of falling in love with yourself again and allowing us the opportunity to help you along that journey because that's what this is all about.
I
That's what falling
appreciate
in love with yourself again is
Yeah.
all about. It's about just sharing and being around like-minded, motivated people that want to see you be happy and want to see you win. People that have the heart, right? We
Yeah.
want people that have the right intentions,
Yeah.
right? If you
Yeah.
don't have the right intentions, we don't want you to be a part of this, right? Because we need to be able to love one another and celebrate one another and be there for one another. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Keisha.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry I started the call late tonight. Like I tell you, ooh, Lord, I have stepchildren, but I don't have any biological children. And
Yes.
my stepson moved in with us when he was in ninth grade.
Mm.
But even prior to that, he lived in Atlanta. We live in Houston. He would come back and forth holidays, and so I met him when he was 6. But
Mhm.
that's different. That's not the same. I'm talking about, and I'm not going to take it away from you mothers that are out there that have birth children that's got to get up and feed kids and pay attention to toddlers all day and help do homework. You know,
Thank you so
for
much.
spring break homework. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And my hat's off because I'm going to pray because that's what it's going to take prayer. Don't worry about how old is your grandbaby?
She's a year and 4 months.
That's okay because God is going to fix all of that for you.
I
Because
believe.
really and truly, he needs to fix it. She's lost.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, your daughter is lost,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
sad. I
Mhm.
don't know the story behind why she feel it necessary not to be a part of her mother's life anymore. I don't know what the story is, but guess what? I don't care what the story is because the Bible says honor your parents, good, bad, or ugly. Now, you don't have to be friends with them. Um, you don't
Just
even have
respect
to.
me. That's all I want.
You gotta respect,
That's all.
respect.
I
But you
don't.
know what? And let me tell you something. We're gonna pray that gets fixed for her because that's a curse. That's a generational curse,
Absolutely.
and we don't want that being passed on even in her life to be able to enjoy her marriage and to pass it on into your grandchild's life. You don't want that either. I was talking about that today with some family members. And
Yes,
so,
he is. He is in the business of restoration. You got that right. Never
baby,
too late.
all of that's going to get fixed.
Mm,
So, let me tell you something. You get ready.
Believer.
Let me drink some of this water with this vinegar in it. You get ready. I put vinegar in my water. Ew, apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
It's supposed to be good for you now.
Uh
If you put apple cider vinegar in your water
huh.
and drink it every day, It's supposed to help you lose weight, good tightener for your stomach, and it also help your food digest. Apple cider vinegar,
I'll
just put a
try
little
it.
shot.
I'll
Just put a
try
little shot, and it don't taste bad. I mean, I know I went, ooh, but it was just like I'm drinking this coffee, Caprice coffee with sexy in it, and then I bagged it up with a little vinegar water. The combination wasn't that good, but try it. You're gonna like it. I'm telling you. But
it.
let's go ahead and end this call. But guess what? I'm gonna call you right after this call. Matter of fact, don't even hang up. We're gonna let these people go
Okay.
because it's 9:03 Central Standard
Oh wow,
Time.
we kept 'em.
I was late. And we can go on and on and on all day, but we're not gonna do that.
Okay.
We see everybody sending you out all kind of love, and y'all go ahead and pop that up and let her see that, because she's not able to see all these people giving her love and praise and wishing you well and sending you all kind of blessings, baby. So get ready, because guess what, we get ready to shine down on you. We're gonna help God make sure you get all the things that you rightfully deserve, because you do deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you
And
so
so
much.
thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. And then Keisha gonna continue to keep talking, because I have some things I want to talk to Keisha about. Okay. Thank you guys so much. We
Thank you,
are
guys.
here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Falling in love with myself again. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye. Mwah.